John Sewell with Engearment.com in our beautiful mountains of Colorado. It is fall, it is bow hunting season, and so naturally we're testing out some bow hunting and hunting gear in general. This waterproof breathable jacket is from Forloh. It is the Airalite 3-layer waterproof breathable jacket. It's made in the USA. It is a 3-layer waterproof breathable membrane that is new to us actually, and the on claim on paper is more breathable, more waterproof thanks to their technology. So in this review, I'll go over the fit, features, and functions on this Forloh jacket. Let's get into it. First, we'll start with sizing as we always do. I am 6'1", 215 pounds, 45-inch chest, 33-inch waist, 36, 37 on the arms. This is a men's extra large, and the fit is mostly good on me. I actually have a large, and I'll show you comparison, the large to the extra large. It's made for layering, obviously, so I have more room in the gut and the chest, so I could layer, my merino 150 or 200 weight underneath this, possibly even a mid-weight synthetic or down jacket. The sleeve length is in most regards adequate. I have a 36, 37, which is on the longer kind of spectrum of arms, and the fit is nice as you see right here. However, the one thing I notice is when I go to reach, it shortens by about 2 inches. That's not ideal for me. It has a little bit of mechanical stretch to it, but it's just gonna, so if you're drawing, if you're doing anything active, something to keep in mind. However, on the cuffs, they are adjustable, and you do get this little, what they call a hood, kind of like with the hood of the brim of the hood, which I'll show you in a second. So you do get that, but as you can see on my arms, it just rides up. And real quick, I'll show you the large, just in case you're on the fence with the sizing, okay? So, and of course, real quick, I'll show you my build so you have reference. So, relatively kind of bigger on the top and the shoulders and the lats and the chest. I'm a fence professional by trade, so I do lift a bit of weights, so a little bit bulky up top. Here's a size large. I'm only keeping one of these. I'm going to send the other one back so they can use it and sell it to a customer somewhere. But a size large actually fits really well in the body. As you can see, really nice in the body actually. However, those arms are just not functional for me. So something to keep in mind, but again, here's a large. Maybe you like that look of riding your sleeves up, I don't know. But that's the only thing I think that is a possible ding for the jacket. Other than that, it's incredible. So while I have it off, I'll show you up close. There is that 3-layer waterproof breathable membrane. It's new to us. They have some kind of pulse plasma technology where basically they infuse the DWR on all 3 layers. Traditionally, DWR goes on the outside of a jacket, and it wears off as that's just the way it works, and then you retreat it with your Nick Wax or Grangers or whatever product you want to use, and life goes on. Especially in the areas like the shoulders where a backpack will be hitting, or spend a lot of time on the elbows or stuff like that. The higher wear areas definitely wears out. However, with this technology, they claim that it's infused, so it's forever, doesn't wear off, which is really cool. I've had the jacket for 3 or 4 weeks here, and I've tested it in much cooler temperatures. We haven't had much rain, so I haven't been able to test it in the rain. So I took it to the shower, and I took it under the sink. And I will say that is the most water-resistant jacket I've tested so far. So maybe this technology really is all it's cracked up to be. So the waterproofing, they claim I think 20K on paper, which that's Gore-Tex level. We're good to go. It's a 3-layer waterproof breathable membrane. The breathable part is what matters to me, I think, even more than the waterproof. Here in Colorado, we don't experience torrential monsoons usually. We have had a few floods. I don't want to knock on wood. Hopefully it doesn't happen anytime soon. But I think 9 years ago we had a massive monsoon for days, and it washed out a lot of actually the area behind me. So it's good to see it's doing better now. Long story longer, I want waterproof, but I don't need Gore-Tex Pro per se for the waterproofing. I do need the breathability. I do a lot of high output activities. If you're a hunter or bow hunter, and you're backpacking, you're hiking. In my case, also splitboarding deeper in the winter. And I'll show you a picture of a video of me splitboarding. And so when you're doing that, you're spending about 90% of the time touring up or hiking up or snowshoeing up. very high output activities. So breathability is even more important to me than waterproofing. So can the moisture transport out? So the way I tested that was I went for several hikes, mountain biked around the city. I trained in our gym. It's like 85 degrees outside, and it's probably 80 in our gym, swinging kettlebells and doing all things. And it breathes as good, if not better, than anything I've tested. I don't have a way to quantify a number to give you that, yeah, it's 40K breathability. In the real world, I don't have the vapor barrier test system. I have the mountains and my perception. And one of the things I notice is the moisture comes out. So I have my phone in the pocket right here, and the phone collected some condensation, which means to me that the moisture is being brought out via the membrane out and dissipating. So that was nice. There is no Napoleon pocket right here. This is still a full function jacket. You get hand pockets, and they're about middle. So your pack will probably hit the bottom part of the straps, but for casual use, it's very nice. The aesthetic is awesome. You do get a bit of a drop hem in the back to get a little coverage on the rear. Again, I think the silhouette of a person, for most people, this will be a great jacket for the size. Just that the arms, for me, it's a bummer because everything else is so amazing. You get AquaGuard zip pockets on the side right here. Here's something really cool too. In the pockets, you got laser perforated holes, so you get an additional way to ventilate. There's a lot of ways to ventilate in this jacket. They really nailed the ventilation, not only in the membrane, their proprietary advanced technology in the membrane with the material dissipating, but mechanical dumping of heat. You got pit zips, absolutely, big pit zips. Then you had the ventilation in the pockets right here. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4 ways to ventilate, 2 more than usual with those pockets right there. And then they got a really clutch one right back here in the back. So on the back, might as well use the large to show you. On the back, you're gonna have the zipper right there, and then you open that up, and voila, you have those perforated holes to dissipate heat like you do in the hand pockets. So they really thought of a lot of ways to dump heat for us active people. And then on the hood, you get the Reco reflector, which is great, especially if you're gonna use this as an inbound ski jacket in the winter, why wouldn't you? It's a great looking shell. It'd be a great ski jacket too, or snowboard jacket. However, I make the disclaimer, and you probably noticed, Reco reflector is not the same as having an avalanche beacon on your person in the backcountry. So yes, it is a way to provide rescue resources, but it is not a one-stop shop for protecting yourself in the backcountry. Disclaimer over. I just have to mention that because my friends Wade and Will and I started the Backcountry Beacon Bash. It'll be our 6th year. We host it at Winter Park. It's a free resource. You can come and test your beacon knowledge, skills. You can win beacons. You can win avalanche education. It's a great resource, and it's free. It's December 2nd, 2023. So if you're in Colorado, check it out. We're going to take that on tour to Utah, New Mexico, Arizona, California, and Washington State to raise money for each one of those states' local avalanche information centers. So stay tuned for that. Little plug there for avalanche education. All right, what else can I tell you? Draw cord on the hem, easy to use one-handedly with gloves on if you wanted to. And that's the jacket. Oh, the hood, absolutely. The hood is actually really good hood. You get a stiffened brim. That's something I always look for. And then I always look for coverage on the neck. And that's just ideal. Ideal coverage, not getting in the way, looking left and right, peripherals, and then of course adjustable in the rear. Right there. And that ought to do it for fit, features, functions. My honest feedback is I am really impressed with the jacket. Overall, the build quality is as good as anything out there. Patagonia, Arc'teryx, other brands. The materials are fantastic. Waterproofing is as good, if not better, than anything I've seen. Breathability is, again, as good, if not better, than anything I've ever seen. And it's made in America. And we're based in Colorado, which is in the US, obviously. And it's nice to support something that's made locally. Now, if I lived in Germany and this was a German company, I'd be super stoked on that too. If I lived in Canada and this was a Canadian company, I'd be super stoked too. It's not a different country, anti-anything, it's just pro-supporting local business is what that is. In my honest opinion, the only thing is I just wish your articulation was a little bit different for me. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. But maybe, you know, if I have my gauntlet gloves up here and the base layer is coming right here, it's not the end of the world. I mean, I can still articulate, I can still tour. Heck, you could run in this. It's really sharp, it's very attractive. I'm gonna do a later in the season review as well. I'm gonna pass this off to our bow hunter, Engearment rider, Luke Cunningham, Purple Heart recipient, Marine, retired. Awesome gentleman. So I'll get his take on it and he takes it to the field. I've only had it in this kind of field hiking and using, like I've mentioned, not hunting. I'm not a hunter, but I'm not against it. But I'm gonna give it to Luke. He'll take it out and do the hunting aspect for us. So there it is. One last time, extra large. I showed you the large, how it fits, how it looks, how it functions. Don't forget, if you do have it, you have 3 extra ways to ventilate. You probably knew that, but I'm pretty blown away by it. Great stuff. Again, I'm really excited it's made in the US. That's exceptional. If you have any questions, put those in the comments below. If you have experience with this jacket in the field, share that with our audience. We'd love to hear from you. If you want to see more content on more gear, hard shells, soft shells, and of course, as we transition into winter, a lot of ski, snowboard, winter camping gear, then consider subscribing to our Engearment YouTube channel. Link right there. I'm Sean Sewell, the owner and director of Stoke. And until next time, take care.